Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tony Holowitz from TonyTheTeacher.com and 365 ACT Tips. Well, one of the things that's great about ACT is that you can use groups to keep you on track to do certain things. And you'll hear me talk to my clients a lot about goals and what are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? And one of the things that I think is very important is client follow-up. And to do client follow-up, for example, phone calls to clients, it's pretty easy to do and keep track of in ACT, but you need to do certain things to keep track of it. One of the things I recommend is this. I've added a new field to this layout. It's called the last reach. And the reason I put this here is because I want to show you how this works. I've gone over this in a previous tutorial, but I think it's important enough that I want to go over again. Let's say I called Doug Thayer. Now, obviously, I don't have a phone number, but let's say I called Doug Thayer. What I want to do is I want to record the fact that I did that. So I'm not going to do a note, but I'm going to do a history. And the reason I'm going to do a history is because it's very similar to a note with one major difference, and you'll see that in a second. I want you to observe that this field right here is blank. But when I create a history, that field is going to be filled in. So my experience has been when I create a history, it's either I spoke to the person or I left them a message. So let's say I left a message for Doug. I don't have to put any notes in. I just want to put left message. But primarily, I'm just recording that I've created a call or attempted a call. So I'm going to click OK. Now what occurs is after I click OK, it's going to put today's date in the last reach field. Now, even though I didn't reach him, my goal wasn't 100% to reach him because I know if I didn't reach him, I was going to leave him a good voicemail. But my goal was just to reach out to him. So that's why I'm just going to use this field called last reach, even though I didn't speak to him. Okay, so now we've reached out to this person. But this is where ACT gets really good. Let's say our policy or our goal was to reach out to all our contacts every 90 days. Well, I'm going to come over here to groups and I'm going to click on groups. And when I come in here, I want you to observe that I've created a group called contact follow-up greater than 90 days. So let me show you how I created this. I'm going to come down here and click on add and remove contacts just to get in here. I've already created a criteria and I'm going to click on edit criteria just to get in and show it to you in a little more detail. Next, I want you to observe that the criteria I created was contacts where the last reach field is older than 90 days. So if that date in that field was older than 90 days, what it would automatically do is throw the contact into this group. Now the reason I like doing it this way, and at this time there's 113 of them, the reason I like doing it this way versus scheduling calls to all these people is because my experience has been that we go through, busy points and slower points, busy and slow. And this is the kind of thing you might do at a slow point in the office. Or quite often when I'm very busy and I'm just getting a little burnt out and I need a break, I'll look at a group like this in my ACT database and start doing calls to people I haven't spoken to in a while. It just breaks up my day and it gives me something else to do that's productive. And the beauty of it is this. I'm going to go to Lewis Carroll right here and I'm going to call this person. Now again, the rule here was that they would only be in that group if I haven't called them in at least 90 days. So I call the person, I do Control H, or I could have clicked on history to record the call. I'm going to put S for spoke to Carol. I can put some notes in here if I wanted to, it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to click OK. And here is the date of the last reach. Now, if I go back to the group, you're going to see that Lewis Carroll, or I think that was the name, or was it Carol Lewis, is no longer in this group. So as I work through my list and create calls to people that I haven't reached in 90 days, once I record the history, they're taken out of that group. So whether I do one today or 20, it just slowly but surely makes sure I follow up with people. And what it really comes down to is it makes sure that people don't slip through the cracks. And that is really the key in ACT. So you can create these groups in any way you want, but again, I always talk about goals and what you're trying to accomplish. My name is Tony Holowitz, and I hope this tip was helpful. Have a great day. Thank you.